Aloha all. This is podcast 68. It's called Guarding Our Light. I have to share with you that yesterday I was getting my pedicure, and it's one of my self-care things that I treat myself to every month or every other month. And because I'm receiving something I love, foot massage and care and grooming, and that's usually when I write my podcast. And I started to write a podcast yesterday that was a totally different topic. And then I left and my day continued, and I went to dinner with my partner. And this morning in my meditation, it all came together, a whole new topic. So for those of you interested in astrology, today is the new moon in Leo. So we are in the dead center of summer, in the heat. I'm in Austin, Texas. We're having triple digits for so long that I almost can't imagine it ever being cool again. So I'm very grateful for the shade and the subtle breeze and the cool water of Barton Springs and AC and all of those things. So we're all learning to adapt with this climate change. So blessings to all out there. I hope you're finding ways to adapt. So back to this new moon. So it's official at 12:55 Eastern time, and it's 5 degrees Leo. Now, what I love about Leo, now me, particularly any of you that know things, my midheaven is in Leo, and it's this exact degree, 5 degrees, so of course I feel lit up. But for any of us, like as an archetype, the sign of Leo, the lion, it's ruled by the sun. Now, we all need the sun for life force, without it we would not be our planet, we would not be alive. It brings warmth and it inspires us to be lit up. It inspires us to feel self-empowered and confident. I think in terms of when I talk about guarding our light, today's topic is, and I've mentioned this in other podcasts, my meditation teacher has brought this up, where we see the heart as a flame, a precious flame. It's like our pilot light, like that is our life force, that is our purpose, our passion, our identity. And to really visualize that and see that as at different points in our life, when we're sad or when we're lost, or we're feeling really powerful, like if we were to look at that energetically, is it a big flame that radiates beyond our skin, or is it out? Is it cold? Is it damp? Is it wet? I can't get out of bed. I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. What's the point? That's how that feels. So to guard our light is our greatest responsibility on this journey as we're evolving, is to notice what conditions or circumstances or people like this. I want to offer an exercise, a journaling exercise, to notice what diminishes your light, what makes you feel small. Is it specific people in your life, or a specific scenario or circumstance that happens that you always feel I'm not ready to meet that, or I feel insecure about that? Or is it certain energy or words from other people that they project on you, or your own inner critic saying horrible things, beating yourself up, diminishing that light, that passion in your heart, where again, what's the point? It makes it too hard. We have so many challenges on a daily basis, and we could see that as trying to go uphill and it's hard, or we could see that as every challenge is an opportunity to see how we show up to the best of our ability. I always say that to my clients, to the best of our ability. Like that's really the key, the compassionate key. So I want to offer a little guided meditation right now with this beautiful sun in Leo. And if you're driving, pull off to the side, because I want you to really just visualize this. And it came to me this morning and I did this, and just was really felt the pulsing and the radiating and the peace. It was beautiful. So take a couple of deep breaths. Feel yourself sitting wherever you're sitting or lying down. Just feel the density of your body. In and out your breath. Listening to my voice, and gently close your eyes. And I want you to visualize the bright sun above you with your eyes closed. I want you to feel as if you are outside, or even if you're inside, as if you, even with your eyes closed, you see this radiant warmth, this powerful, powerful source above you that is drenching you in this golden liquid yellow, saturating all of your cells. Like, notice this warmth, these rays of light that are coming to the crown of your head. First it's entering the crown of your head, and feel it filling your body with light. Every cell, every atom, every molecule of your being, every organ, your brain, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, your stomach, your heart, your spine. Leo rules the spine. Visualize this light just above you, so warm and radiating and comforting and soothing. And breathe that in. I want you to feel as if it is a liquid pitcher of this golden nectar that is being poured into you, and you feel your whole body from your head, your neck, your shoulders. It's filling you with all of this liquid light, down your arms to your fingertips, through your chest and your back, every vertebrae of your spine, cascading through the thoracic, through the lower back, through the heart, through your solar plexus, through your kidneys, warming everything, your stomach, your liver, your spleen, your pancreas, your bladder, all of the muscles of the body, all of the nervous system, just nourishing and lighting it up. Your body is lighter and lighter, and through your pelvis, through your hips, through your quads and your hamstrings and your knees. Feel it through your shins and your calves, your ankles, your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Your body is filled with this liquid golden light right now. You could feel, with your eyes closed, the radiance from above you, just pouring in through your head, through the crown of your head. Now I want you to take a couple conscious breaths where, as you inhale, you're allowing more light to come deeper into the cells. Notice if there's any part of your body that it wants you to direct this light. And just as you inhale, you're breathing in and expanding this light so much as you can handle. And as you exhale, from your heart, from this furnace, this pilot light, this passion of yours, from your heart, you see this beam of light going out into your home, into the space in front of you. And inhaling again, more light, more golden sunshine, bringing joy, bringing confidence, bringing optimism, bringing possibilities. And exhaling and seeing that coming from your heart and radiating through your neighborhood, through to all of your family, through to everywhere in your environment, the whole space. You are giving freely, giving out this love, this light, this radiation, because you have so much, because you are overflowing with this love. And again, another inhale, and just really allow that to flow through you, flow through every skin cell, every atom of your body, inhaling and exhaling and radiating more powerfully out from your heart and solar plexus through the whole country you're in, and see it radiating even beyond that to the whole planet, all the planet Earth. And inhaling one more time, and you don't even see the form of your body. It is just inhaling light that is just brilliant, this inferno of radiation, of feeling such joy and happiness and giggling and playfulness. And exhaling one last time throughout the universe. It is now the sun above on all of the galaxy, and your heart as a light source. Everything is covered. Everything is inclusive. Everything is safe. Everything is joyous and possible. Take a couple of breaths and just feel that radiating. I feel the vibration in my body. I feel the pulsing. How are you feeling? I feel filled up. My cup is full. And I have so much love to give. So much presence to give. Okay. I hope that's helped you. Now I want to move on a little bit. For any of you that listened to my podcast last time, 67, I really talked about having your little post-it with your 5 bullet points of your self-care. I've had many people write me, friends and listeners and clients, that they've been doing that. And I'm just checking in to see, how are you doing with that? Like, are you doing those 5-minute, 10-minute things? Again, I don't want you to have to commit to more than an hour a day. It's just whatever that self-care is. Are you doing it to the best of your ability? And if so, what is changing? How are you feeling about that? This is you building self-trust because you are checking in. I'm checking in with Samana every day. Every day. What does she need? Like, it's what we always want from our parents, from our partner, from our best friends, from our roommates, from our family, is someone to say, how you doing today? But we're doing it. We are empowering ourselves. So I have an offer for you in this summer passion of Leo happening. How about we do a self-challenge for any of you that are already doing your 5 daily self-care? What would be one more thing? One more. Could be little, could be 5 minutes of doing this, could be longer, that you will add regularly, consistently, that will really light you up, that will really be a game changer for you. What is one more self-care ritual you could add to yourself consistently that will make a difference, that will really create that beaming, that you are the sun, you are the light, you have so much to offer, you are so valuable. So in relationships, which I often talk about that, and many of the clients I talk to, they're dealing with inner child or self-care of some kind, where I'm bringing in self-care to them, because regardless if the relationship is having problems or if the person is not feeling within their alignment or balance, it's always the same answer. So in your relationship to know, have this little exercise with your partner where you can ask, like, what inspires you? What is your passion? What brings your passion up, or your creativity? What helps you feel joyous and light and just available? Like, ask them, what is it? And if they don't know, then this is really a time to go back to basics, right? So for you to think, so each of you individually, your exercise is to write a list of everything. And again, this might be from childhood. It may have been years since you've done this. But what are all the things you do on your own that inspire you, that light you up, that make you so naturally high? So is it like playing games? Is it painting? Is it working out? Is it cooking a new meal? Is it being in nature? Is it sports of some kind? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Like, what is it? Just going for a walk with my dogs in the park? Like, what makes you feel so satisfied, so filled, so self-empowered? And write that list down and then share it with your partner. And really be curious about what they're sharing. And notice how often you see them do that. And then both of you share, you make an agreement that we're going to encourage each other. So you don't want to be the parent or the authority of your partner. You want your partner to step up and be their own authority. But we could gently remind them if they're having a low day, or if they're sick a lot, or if they're just talking more negatively or fearful, or things are just not working out well, for them to say, hey, hon, how about we look at our lists and we do a couple of those? When was the last time you went out with your friends? Like, you have so much fun when you go out with the guys or with the girls, or go to lunch with someone. Like, really being selfless enough that you want your partner to be in their best way, in their ultimate vitality, right? Because they're going to bring that juiciness home, and then you have that together. So this, I want to say that what I've noticed in relationships, and I recently had this experience in my partnership, is that when the relationship gets status quo, when it gets a rut or habitual, or we're just doing the same thing. We just tend to do the same thing. We're showing up, we do this, we eat, we go out, but it's just like the same thing. Yeah, we're doing this because this is what we do. But it's almost like it stops being intentional. It stops being live and breathable and new. So often that's when clients come to me and need therapy, because there's discontent, because there's arguments, because what's happening is energetically, if we were centered enough, if we did our meditation and our self-care tools regularly, we would see, we're not on the same page lately, or this is feeling a little stifling, or this is feeling a little, I'm bored, or I'm stuck. And I think new needs are coming up. That's what's actually happening. This is a phenomena of, we are humans and we are here to grow at all times. So when you notice that things are getting like we're taking it for granted, the relationship, each other, ourselves, when things are just assumed, that is when the discontent, when the arguments will start. And I actually it was such a blessing. It was very challenging and very hard, but I had disagreements with my partner, and it became so like out of the blue. I didn't even know it was happening. And it took a couple of days to see, wait a minute, what I'm telling you right now is exactly what happened in our relationship. It was just getting a little unintentional and stagnant. And I spent those 2 days and really seeing myself just as an individual, no longer in reference to partnership, and thinking, what would it feel like to not have him in my life? Like, more so, what is it like to just have myself? Am I doing everything for myself that I need? Am I getting my personal needs met? Am I giving myself am I challenging myself enough and giving myself enough attention to do new things and explore new experiences and all of that stuff? And it was this very fragile feeling that I loved. I just loved, because it's like sadness and grief and fragility and rawness, and it's so real. And there was no assumption that I have this partner till death do I part. There's no assumption that we have anyone in our life forever, our parents, our family, our best friends. Life is impermanent. Everything changes, everything ends. But when we take for granted that that relationship, that person, that circumstance, that job, that home, that dog will always be in our life, then we don't drop in and really appreciate it on a feeling level. Like, wait a minute, wow, am I grateful for this? Am I grateful for this person in my life, for this friend that I could go to have a walk with? I'm so grateful. Like, whew, I just took it all in. But to have that experience of that fragility on the precipice of a possible loss, I used that to my advantage to see, what is it like without this person? And with that, it showed me so much I value and appreciate about him. And it showed me within myself the feelings that I want to invoke. I want to offer that deep gratitude and appreciation back. And now I'm going to bring this back to, you don't need to be in a relationship for all of that. Like, this doesn't even have to be about a partnership. I have clients that are single and friends that are single, and they go through these moments in life where everything's good and feeling great and everything's working for you, and then it's like one wave after the other keeps hitting you, keeps knocking you down, and you just feel like you're in a video game and you're the target and the world's against you. And again, is that independently of anyone else? Is that our higher self, the universe, our brain saying, hey, wait, what's happening here? Like, how do we step up a little more? Where's the self-care? Where's the energy coming back to ourselves, to what I love? I love my pedicures. I love listening to the birds outside. I love my morning meditations. I love talking to my sister on the phone and just catching up. Like, wow, that's been a while. How many friends have you not connected with for a while? I schedule Zoom calls every few months with friends and just say, hey, let's spend this time. Like, I miss you. Like, I really miss you. It's been a while. So really taking that possibility, that knowingness that life is fragile, that people will die, will leave us, relationships will end, homes will move on, jobs will change, circumstances change, and what are we left with? Like, when we're just, as we came in this life, we came in with this first breath, right? And what if we realize the moment we came in with that first breath as this newborn with so much possibility ahead, that we consciously knew that our whole mission this life was to experience every human emotion offered. Every. From heartbreak, anger, frustration, sadness, fear, joy, ecstasy, generosity, compassion. It just goes on and on. So that is the mission. And what happens is if we start to have favorite feelings, that I'm only happy when this is happening, when everything appears to be okay, when it's the same, when it's something I'm familiar with, that's when it's a setup that you're about to rock your world. That, be it if it's your higher self or you or external circumstances in your relationship or your personal life, it's going to pull the rug out. And you're going to see, wait a minute, wow, did I take that for granted? My suffering came in because I only want to feel this sense of security, this sense of sameness, this sense of this is what I do every week. And that is, there's no growth in that. There's no respect and honoring in that. So, some catalyst that appears to be external happens and says, no, you're not getting that house. That was your dream house. Or no, the relationship you thought was till death do you part, it's not going to happen. It's probably going to dissolve away. All of those possibilities to help you drop in with that fragility that, yes, my resource, my anchoring that I've had my whole life to feel secure is going to die, is going to die. Not when, not if, it's when. When are they going to die? And to just sit with that and see if we glimpse that everything that we assume is going to be forever, if we take a moment and use that as a guided meditation to see things that matter the most to us, and then to show up with appreciation for every moment we have left with that circumstance, with that possibility, with that gratitude, with ourselves, with the people in front of us, with the homes, with the dogs, with the cats, with the birds, with the planet. We're not in war right now, unfortunately. Blessings to Ukraine, but the US, Europe, we're not in war right now, but anything's possible. Anything can change, and it will change. That's the nature of life. But for us the suffering comes in when we're attached to it being the same. The suffering comes in. I don't want to change. I don't want to see it different. The beauty, the depth, what it's all worth, the whole point of this life is when you look at this and see, this is heartbreak. This is what it feels like to be alone. This is what it feels like to not know what's about to happen. That preciousness, and to bring that tenderness to yourself. So, noticing these changes, noticing when new needs are arising, and how do we show up for that? How do we notice what is already changed in front of us, even with our resistance to see it? The ease and the joy comes back. Our heart is relit, reignited when we just accept this is what it is, right in front of us. This is how it is now. This is the new relationship. This is the new reality. This is what's in front of me. And to just breathe in that gratitude that, wow, We don't know what's going to happen in life. We don't know when something's going to change. And to know the preciousness of that. Okay, people, that was my 30-minute line. I hope this inspired you to notice what diminishes your light. Notice what thoughts, what circumstances, what words takes that light away, and notice what enlivens it. Notice what adds to it. Notice what fuels you and makes you giggle. And those are the things. I want you to journal those. I want you to share those with a friend. I want you to distill it so that it's so clear to you that when you're feeling down or off, or when your relationship isn't working, or when you're just sad or not inspired anymore, look at your list of the things that light you up and just do it. We got to do that self-care every day. This is not a time to ever be small. This is a time to have our voice and be strong and powerful and confident, and to radiate. Give that love out. Do not be selfish with it. And I hope you all have a beautiful new moon in Leo. And thank you for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. Use that often. And anyone who needs counseling, 808-283-7587. And I'm in the U.S. Central Time. Again, text me. Blessings. Aloha.